Hi, this is Amy with Revolutionary Chicken. So I've had chickens for 10 years now, and boy, a couple of years into it, I was pulling out my hair because they were wasting so much of their chicken feed, and it was just so frustrating. And so I started looking into no waste feeders, and honestly, you know, if I thought it might work, it was way too expensive. I thought, I am not paying that much for like a bucket, right? So then I thought, okay, well, I will just, you know, try and DIY this. So I'm looking on YouTube and I'm trying different things, and boy, that really opened a can of worms because I just kept going until I found something that I actually really liked and worked well for me. And so I started selling it to local people around me. And that started taking off like word of mouth. And I made more and I tweaked it more. And so finally, I have this. This is my feeder port that I've had manufactured. And it has 4 notches, so you can just stick it inside of any container with a 3.5-inch hole, and it will pop right in. It'll lock. These 4 little notches lock it in. It has this also this rubber gasket to keep it waterproof where it connects. I have sold thousands of feeders. I have these farmers coming to me and they're like amazed when they see who it is that's selling, and they're like, you? I didn't expect somebody like you. But I know, no, I'm really excited about this. It works. I'm gonna give you a couple examples of different feeders that you can use this with. They are on my website, revolutionarychicken.com, as well as just this feeder port. You can buy just these ports, as well as the 3.5-inch drill bit to put them in. It's very cheap. I will give you a couple examples, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I build it. Okay, this is an example of something you can make with the feeder ports. This is actually on my website. This is a 6.5 gallon, my 6.5 gallon square feeder. It has this nice hinged lid, so it's easy to open and easy to close. It holds 37 pounds of feed, and just to give you an idea of how often you would need to refill it, for about 6 chickens, it would need to be refilled about once a month. So it's pretty good. I also sell this bad boy. This is a 16-gallon Blue Barrel feeder, and it holds 90 pounds of feed. So if you need to go out of town, say you have 15 chickens and you're gonna be gone for a week, no problem. You don't have to bother your neighbors. I'm gonna show you how to make this one, and just FYI, if you wanna know where I get them from, I get them from a nutraceutical company near me. That's a company that sells plant-based supplements for, you know, for people, and I do clean them out, but they are repurposed. All right, to do this project, you'll need a Sharpie. You'll need either this type of measuring tape or this type of measuring tape. If you have this kind, it's a little bit easier if you're doing it around a barrel. You need a 3.5-inch drill bit. You can get these on my website for cheap. And these feeder ports, also you can get these on my website, and they just push in, so you don't need anything else. If you're getting your own, clean it out. And on the outside, there's usually some markings. I get that off with acetone, like nail polish remover. And then I also, if there's stickers on there, you can get stickers off easily. Just paint it with some oil. Regular cooking oil is fine, and wait a day, and then they'll just peel right off. Okay, now, when I measure them, I do it on either side of this seam, and the reason why I do it not on the seam is because it's just a little bit hard. This is the firmest part of the barrel. It's a little bit hard to stick in the feeder port right on that seam, although you can. So that's just how I usually do it. And these little marks, they're 7 inches apart, so you do 4 about 7 inches apart, and they're 6.5 inches up from the bottom. Just to be clear, these marks here are for the top of the hole saw bit to touch, just like that. sometimes when you drill, as you saw, these little blue squares get stuck inside of your drill bit. You just need anything long and thin and just push it in the little hole of your drill bit, and then you can easily just pop it out. So, okay, now I'm just going to push in the feeder ports. Okay, you just so I heard all of those 4 ports go in. Now, when you get to the ones that are close to the seam here, it may be harder to go in. Well, it will be harder to go in. And if you can't get it in, you can take off this black gasket and then they'll go in. And then in that case, you might want to just put a little bit of silicone around it or caulking or something. So. Okay, sometimes you don't hear it click in, but it went in. Okay, I'll do the next one. Oh, I think the bottom went in. So this one has 4 feeder ports, but you could easily stick 2 more on the back and have 6 that go all the way around. So here is the finished product. These are very secure. They are not coming out. But if you do want them to come out, let's say, you know, you forgot to put in the gasket or something. If you want them to come out, you can punch them out with your hand. Just, you know, really hard or a hammer, they'll come out and they won't break. So on the other hand, if you don't want them to come out, don't worry, they will stay in there. Okay, so to train your chickens to use this feeder, you fill it up, you stick your hand down into the tube, you get some feed in your hand and just pull it up into the tube. So it's in both the body of the tube and the edge of the tube. You can also put in a little bit of like corn or mealworms or something that they really like, scratch, you know, just to kind of get them used to it. And then you don't have to do that anymore. They'll know where to go for food. It does not take a long time for chickens to learn this feeder. So yeah, please like, subscribe. I have so many ideas for raising chickens and I want to help you raise your chickens for less money and less of your time.
We had some chickens, no eggs would they lay.